Hey there, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of our deep, emotional stories. And if you're returning, thank you so much for your support. Now, before we begin today's story, I have a question for you. What would you do if the person you loved most forgot something that mattered more than anything? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let me know if you've ever been in a relationship where someone forgot something important to you. All right. Now get comfortable, because today's story is about the forgotten anniversary, a tale of love, regret, and a truth that will leave you speechless. Nathan Reynolds was, to everyone around him, the definition of the perfect husband. Early 40s, charming smile, neatly trimmed beard, and the kind of eyes that made you feel like you mattered when he looked at you. He worked as an architect, successful, respected, and loved. His wife, Clara, was just as admired, a freelance illustrator, soft-spoken, introverted, and deeply thoughtful. The kind of woman who kept handwritten notes, pressed flowers in books, and collected moments instead of things. They were married for 11 years. The kind of couple you'd see walking in the park on a Sunday morning, holding hands like teenagers. The kind of love people envied. But love has layers. And sometimes, what's beautiful on the surface is hiding a quiet storm underneath. It started small. Nathan began coming home later. At first, it was just the occasional delay. A client call ran over, or traffic was awful. Clara believed him. Why wouldn't she? He'd never given her a reason not to. She didn't complain. Instead, she began filling the silence of the house with her sketching. She drew the hallway where he'd first kissed her. She drew his favorite mug. She even drew the scarf she gave him on their 5th anniversary, the one he never seemed to wear anymore. As time passed, the conversations became shorter, the laughter less frequent. Their love, still present, had become quieter. And then came the day, their 12th anniversary. Clara woke up early. She made pancakes, his favorite, and served them with blueberries shaped like a heart. She wore the perfume he loved. She even put on the dress from their first date. She waited and waited. But Nathan didn't come down. He had already left for work. No card, no note, not even a whisper of acknowledgement. Just silence. Clara sat at the breakfast table for an hour, then 2. She looked at the pancakes, now cold. The blueberries had bled into the syrup. Her smile, once hopeful, slowly collapsed. She texted him, "Happy anniversary, love. I miss you." No response. At 7 p.m., the door finally opened. Nathan walked in, suit slightly wrinkled, tie loose. He looked tired. "Hey," he said, barely glancing at her. "Long day, gonna shower." She watched him walk past the table. The candles she had lit were flickering behind him. "Nathan," she said softly. He turned. "Yes?" She hesitated. "Do you know what today is?" He blinked. A beat of silence passed. Then another. "Clara, I'm so sorry, I completely forgot. Work was insane today. The Anderson project." She held up her hand. "Please, just don't." He walked toward her, guilt now flooding his face. "I'll make it up to you, I swear. Let me take you somewhere tomorrow, anywhere you want." She stood, her face unreadable. "Nathan," she said, "you didn't forget." He froze. "You stopped remembering a long time ago. That night." Clara didn't cry. She sat in the quiet, flipping through their wedding album. Each photo a memory, each memory a ghost. She picked up her sketch pad and began to draw. Not the beautiful moments this time, but the silence, the absence, the slow death of something once radiant. Nathan, meanwhile, stared at his reflection in the mirror. He didn't know what was happening to him. He loved Clara. He knew he did. But somewhere along the way, something had changed. Work consumed him, ambition blinded him, and now he had nothing but regret in his chest. He made a decision. Tomorrow, he would make everything right. He took the day off, booked a reservation at the restaurant where he proposed, ordered the same wine, even arranged for their song to be played. He sent Clara a message. "Meet me at 8. I'm going to remind you why you chose me." She saw the message, stared at it. Her fingers hovered over the screen, but she didn't reply. 8 p.m. came. Nathan sat at the candlelit table. The wine was poured. The ring he had custom made to celebrate their 12 years sat in a box beside the napkin. But Clara never walked through that door. She was gone. Not just physically. She had left hours earlier. Left a note on the kitchen table. "I spent years trying to hold on to something you let go of long ago. Today, I choose myself." She had taken a train to the coast. No clear destination, just space, freedom, air. She watched the ocean waves crash and felt something she hadn't in years. Peace. Nathan read the note again and again, the weight of it pressing into his chest like a stone, and then he noticed something strange. The paper. It was torn from a sketchbook. He flipped it over. On the back was a drawing of her, smiling, standing alone, but free. Days passed, then weeks. Nathan continued living in their house alone. Every corner whispered Clara's absence, the warmth of her touch, the scent of her jasmine perfume, the laughter that once danced through the halls. He tried to return to work, but the passion was gone. Sketches were lifeless, blueprints uninspired. Even clients noticed a shift. He started therapy. It was hard at first. He had always been the guy who held everything together, but now he was unraveling. "I thought I was building a future for us," he confessed in one session, "but I was just building walls." Meanwhile, Clara was finding herself again. She rented a tiny apartment above a bookstore in a coastal town called Windermere. She took long walks on the beach, sketched at cafes, and even taught local kids how to draw. For the first time in years, she smiled without forcing it. But that didn't mean she had forgotten Nathan. You don't stop loving someone overnight, but love and staying aren't always the same thing. One rainy morning, Clara received a letter, handwritten. No return address, but the familiar handwriting was unmistakable. "Dear Clara, I won't ask you to come back. I think I lost that right. I just want you to know something. Every day I eat breakfast alone and think of you. I look at your sketches. I kept every one I could find. They're all over the house now. You turned a house into a home and I let it fall apart. I found the scarf, the one you gave me. I wear it every morning. It's a reminder, not of what I lost, but of what I had. I hope you're finding happiness, real happiness. And if you ever want to talk, I'll always be here. Yours, Nathan." Clara folded the letter carefully, pressed it to her heart, and cried. Not because she wanted to go back, but because the man she once loved had finally shown up, even if it was too late. 6 months later, fate intervened. Clara was visiting an art gallery in the city. Her work had been featured, sketches from her coastal retreat. The theme was freedom in solitude. She was standing near a sketch of a lone woman facing the sea when she heard a familiar voice behind her. "That's a beautiful piece." She turned. Nathan stood there, no expectations in his eyes, no pleas, just a quiet smile. "I saw your name on the flyer," he said. "I wasn't sure if I should come, but I wanted to see what peace looks like." Clara nodded. "Thank you." They stood in silence for a moment, staring at the sketch. "She looks free," he said. "She is," Clara replied. Then she added, "But that doesn't mean she hates where she came from. It's just she needed to remember who she was." Nathan nodded. "I understand." He didn't ask for her number, didn't beg, just said, "I'm proud of you." She smiled. "I'm proud of me too." And then he walked away. 2 years passed. Clara published a book, a collection of illustrations and reflections titled The Forgotten Anniversary. It became a quiet bestseller. People resonated with her story of love, loss, and self-discovery. She was invited to speak on podcasts, at galleries, and even universities. One afternoon, after a book signing in Seattle, a little girl approached her with a handmade card. "My dad says your book helped him be a better husband," the girl said. "He said he used to forget things, but not anymore." Clara smiled. Her eyes welled with tears. "Tell your dad thank you for reading." As she packed up, a letter slipped out of one of the gift bags from a fan. It read, "You don't know me, but I owe you. Because of your story, I saw what I was doing to my marriage, and I changed. My wife and I renewed our vows last month. Thank you." It was signed. "A Grateful Architect." Her hand trembled. She looked around, but there was no one, just the wind, a whisper of the past, and the quiet knowledge that even pain, when shared honestly, can help someone else heal. And that is the end of Clara and Nathan's story. A story not about a perfect ending, but about real healing. About how sometimes letting go is the first step to remembering who you are. If this story touched you, please give it a like and share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever walked away from something that no longer served you and found something better waiting? Don't forget to subscribe for more emotional and unexpected stories like this. We'll be back next week with another one that just might stay with you long after the screen fades to black. Until then, take care of your heart.